Thank you for your interest in guest teaching for Norman Public Schools. We hope you'll choose to join us in our mission to prepare and inspire all students to achieve their full potential. Guest teaching for Norman Public Schools offers a flexible schedule and an opportunity to give back to the community while filling in for our teachers in the classroom. Every day we have a need for guest teachers and are very grateful for the response we receive from the Norman community and surrounding areas every year. We appreciate your willingness to step into our classrooms and hope that you find the experience as rewarding as we know it can be. Whether you're a retired teacher, a parent in our district, or a college student pursuing a degree in education, we know there are many different reasons the classroom appeals to potential guest teachers. It is a great way to engage with the younger generation and learn. It can also be a good way to network and make connections in the school district. For education majors, it serves as an excellent way to gain practical experience in the classroom. Over the years, we have heard from many of our guest teachers about why they keep coming back.
I continue to guest teach because it helps me to engage the students I work with in a positive fashion. It helps me and helps the students to have continuity. I like to feel that the students feel safe, secure, and taken care of when I am their guest teacher.
Thank you for your interest in serving as a guest teacher at Norman Public Schools. Our schools would not be able to operate without your willingness to teach in our classrooms. Every day, there's a need for guest teachers across our district. Whether due to sickness or another school activity, unfortunately, sometimes teachers have to be away from their classrooms, and your skill and expertise is needed to keep things running smoothly. Our mission is to prepare and inspire all students to achieve their full potential, and we thank you for partnering with us to reach this goal. Our core values are integrity, inclusiveness, collaboration, and optimism. Integrity is the cornerstone of everything we do. We positively affirm the unique identity of every individual. We collaborate with internal and external stakeholders to maximize our shared knowledge and resources to bring greater value to our students, staff, and stakeholders. We aspire to maintain a positive attitude and expect the best possible outcome in every situation. Dress. Dress as a professional and for the position you've taken for the day. Working with pre-K students, this probably isn't the day to wear a skirt. Take into consideration the job you'll be doing and dress for it. If you're working at the high school and there's a chance you might be mistaken for a student, then make sure to dress professionally so that the students know you're a teacher. If there's a special occasion dress-up day, please feel free to participate. Please practice good hygiene. This may seem like an unnecessary point to make, but unfortunately it comes up. Language. Always keep your language classroom appropriate. Watch what you say at all times, especially when you're with students. Remember that what's appropriate for adults may not be appropriate for the students in your classroom. Cursing is never appropriate. Those words should never be used to emphasize a point or get the attention of your students. You will hear curse words in schools, but this doesn't make it appropriate language for you to use. There is no place for sarcasm in the classroom. Jokes at the expense of a student are no way to build trust. Avoid discussing controversial topics in the classroom. While you may feel very passionately about something, your time in the classroom is not time to share your opinions with students. Lesson plans. Teachers spend a lot of time on their lesson plans, so please try to follow them as closely as possible. In the rare event that there are no lesson plans to be found, contact the office or the nearest teacher and they will be able to locate plans for you. General do's and don'ts. Do be consistent in application of discipline and fair in your requirements and assignments. Do show courtesy to every student and display trust and confidence in them all. Don't show dislike for any pupil. Don't refuse to let a student tell you their side of the situation. Do be willing to fully consider mitigating circumstances. Don't talk about the misdeeds of other students except to those who have a right to know. Don't openly compare one pupil to another. Do admit you've made a mistake and apologize if you've treated a student unjustly. Do make sure punishments are appropriate for the misbehavior and explain to the student why they are being punished. Classroom management steps. Step 1. Leave things alone when no problems are likely to ensue. Step 2. End the action indirectly when the behavior is disrupting classroom activity. Step 3. Attend more fully when you need to obtain more information and/or communicate. Step 4. Spell out direction when disruptions and/or harm will occur. Step 5. Track student progress when following through to evaluate and reinforce behavior. Touch. Please do not ever touch a student. This includes something as innocent as patting a student on the back. There are appropriate ways to show approval, fist bumps, high fives, etc. All of those are fine ways to engage with students. Never leave students unattended. Please never leave students unattended. If you need to leave the classroom, do not leave until you have another adult in the room with the students. You may call the office or get a nearby teacher. Do not allow students to leave the classroom unless it is very necessary. Always send them with a hall pass if they do have to go somewhere. Take the age of your students into consideration. While you wouldn't send a group of kindergartners anywhere by themselves, sending 2 sophomores to the library to check out books is totally reasonable. The main concern about not leaving students alone is what can happen when they are unattended. A student who stands up on top of a chair and falls down while you're in the classroom is one thing. A student who does that while you have stepped out into the hallway to check your text messages is another. Remember your responsibilities for the day and always be where you're supposed to be. FERPA, the Federal Education Rights to Privacy Act. This is a federal law which prohibits you from disclosing any student records. This means no posting about students on social media, no sharing of information you are privy to through your work as a guest teacher, or anything that violates this federal law. Checking in and out with the office. Be sure to check in with the office each day. It is very important that the school office knows that you are in the building. It can be easy to forget to check in if you're taking a longer-term job at the school, but it is still imperative that you check in every day so the school knows you are there and ready to handle the job. Never leave the building at any time without checking out. At the end of the day, check out with the office and leave your report informing them on how your day went. This is important feedback that we value and appreciate. You are hired for the day. Sometimes this may mean you're asked to cover another class during the teacher's assigned plan period. Always follow your teacher's schedule for duty and lunch. You will always be given time to eat lunch, but it is rare that you would be able to leave campus. Please plan to remain on campus all day. Off-limits. Please do not remove any items from the classroom. Teachers' personal property is completely off-limits. It is fine to use things you need during the course of the day teaching, but please do not help yourself to anything that belongs to the teacher and do not rummage through desks or cabinets. Parking. All sites have faculty parking lots where guest teachers should park. There is assigned parking at all the high schools. If possible, call ahead after you accept the job and see where you should park. If you cannot call ahead, park in the visitor parking and go in and ask where you should park. Try them all. We encourage our guest teachers to teach at all levels and sites. This includes our special facilities and programs. Many times, your initial thoughts about a grade level or a program are incorrect. Each job has its own challenges and rewards, and we hope you'll give them all a try to find the very best fit for you. The good and the bad. Please report any problems you are having immediately so they can be addressed. We also like to hear the good stuff. We strongly encourage you to leave a report telling the teacher how the day went. Please give the teacher all the details of any unusual occurrences that you experienced, including student names. Thanks again for attending guest teacher orientation. We hope your time at Norman Public Schools will be rewarding.